Lisa Falzone, CEO and founder of the Revel System iPad POS, says, "We are at the forefront of breakthrough technologies and believe the industry is headed towards a more integrated and user-friendly approach to retail."
iPads have a function in restaurants and in the restaurant industry. However, I don't think that they are going to completely 100% take over the jobs of servers.
Restaurants don't seem like a good idea. We already have enough exclusion from other people through Facebook or texting or the self-checkout line at the grocery store, that just adding another element where you eliminate human contact, it doesn't seem like a good idea for society.
As far as iPads used in the restaurant industry, my restaurant used iPads at the host stand, so it would take reservations, phone numbers, etc. for wait lists. However, using iPads for taking orders and paying, it takes away the entire customer experience. Most waitresses and waiters thrive on the customer relation, and that's how they make a lot of their money.
Restaurant servers are now relying on iPad POS systems to expedite daily functions, including seating, order taking, and payment.
I think there's so many people that have already turned to serving because their other jobs aren't, they've lost their other job, that if you were to take serving away, that's so many more millions of jobs and people that it would just kill our economy.
Economically, I feel like they're probably not the best thing because a lot of people will be out of work. I mean, how many waiters and wait staffs and hostess rely on that job as a way to make ends meet? So that would be unfortunate. I think economically it would harm more people than it would do any good.
So personally, I think that removing the personal touch will affect the overall business because I come for the interpersonal communication portion of it. One, you're not going to tip, but not, so yeah, that'd save me money, but no, it's not why I come for the experience.
Technology and humans are symbiotic. So they actually help each other. Even if you had an iPad or a phone app to order all of your food, you still need somebody to bring it out. Then what happens if you have a problem with it? What happens if you say, well, this isn't quite right? Well, now you don't have an app that brings you your food. So I'm not afraid of technology.
Benefits I can think of for using iPads in the industry would be if a customer had really bad allergies, any food allergies or any really strict dietary needs, they can type them into their iPad and make sure that each of it gets specifically ordered the way that they need it to be.
Many people who work in the restaurant industry feel the same way about iPads. However, people who do not work in the restaurant industry tend to have a different view on the subject.
But having been to a few restaurants where they do use iPads, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's very easy, you pay quickly, you're in and out on your own schedule, and no one's kind of fussing over you while you're eating. It's a nice experience.
People have different desires for different levels of service. So for instance, when you go to Jack in the Box, you have two options. You can stand in line. You can either go through a line and have somebody check you out and ring you up on a cash register, or you can go to their little kiosk and ring in on their touch screen your order and wait for your name to be called. But if you look at that, even in a fast food service industry, people still choose to go because they want their order to be handled by an actual person. So I think that there's a generational gap with that being said, that, you know, for instance, my parents who are in their 60s are 100% going to go and they're going to want to be checked out by somebody. They're not going to attempt to do the touch screen. I think that when you come to a full service restaurant, you expect full service and that you expect a human-to-human interaction, and that people come out, for instance, bar guests. They want to go to a bar because they want to talk to people. They want to interact with people. They don't want to sit there and touch their order into an iPad and for it to pop up.
That by looking at the way kind of everything's trending towards that, it is very possible that iPads will eventually take over different positions like serving. Just going to LaGuardia Airport in New York this last January, there was like an overwhelming amount of iPads at every restaurant. Like there was servers who would bring the food, but you really had no contact with them apart from that. And just with the obsession with technology, it's very possible that people who don't have serving jobs will want to get rid of the servers.
For better or for worse, only time will tell the effects of new technologies in restaurants.